Hello ladies and gents, a new vid for you. So this is going to be 5 movies that exceeded very low expectations. AKA movies that turned out to be not the that everyone was expecting them to be. So I've compiled a list of movies that basically really surprised me in regards to how low mine and general expectations were initially for these movies, and were completely shattered upon watching them. Now it doesn't mean to say all these movies are great or even good, it's more about how they ended up being a lot better than what was initially expected, in general and by myself. Either the trailer not doing any justice, or it's a follow-up to a film that did poorly, bad marketing, or just simply looked like trash.
I'm trash.
And I consider this a combination of general opinion and personal. So let's begin with the first movie that exceeded very low expectations. So this first one is the most recent I watched on this list, which is Between Worlds. If you've seen my last Netflix recommendation vid, then you would have seen it as an actual recommendation on there. So before going into this, I was expecting absolute shit, as all I'd heard was that it was simply bad. But you know what, I found myself entertained and laughing quite a lot and enjoying a lot of scenes with Nick Cage. Like I said, just hanging out with these random women and all wrapped up in a pretty cool supernatural tale, albeit having to endure some very awkward scenes. Nick Cage in this is just Nick Cage, and that was enough. Well, it really wasn't that bad. Don't get me wrong, this wouldn't be considered a great film, but on the scale of how much it surprised me, it was close to a 10. Honestly, give it a go. You will be entertained for all the wrong reasons, but entertained nevertheless. And you can't go wrong with a bit of the old Cage. So next is Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think for the most part everyone had the same attitude towards this when they first seen the trailer for it. It looked like trash.
I'm trash.
And not to mention everyone was so doubtful just on the basis that they weren't considered popular characters, certainly not when compared to our other heroes. Or even so, a lot of people hadn't even heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. But alas, Guardians of the Galaxy turned out pretty good. Now, I'll admit, I don't love it. I like it a lot, but not love. But in fact, I do prefer the second film, if I'm honest. But on the level of surprise, it was miles above what was initially expected, in everyone's minds. And now it's absolutely great how well they've been established and incorporated into the MCU. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the third film. It was clever as well to go with the comedy angle regarding Guardians, because we hadn't really gotten any Marvel films that quite reach the heights that Guardian films do in regards to humour, and in that department for the most part they nail it. Can I just add that I think the element that surprised me the most with both Guardians films was just how touching they were as well in certain scenes, and watching them again they wouldn't be nowhere near as rewatchable if they didn't have those moments of warmth that both films contain. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was a must on this list. So next is my favourite and one of the few live action Disney remakes that were actually good. I'm talking about the live action remake of The Jungle Book. Thank you so much Jon Favreau for bringing this to us, as well as Lion King I might add, because I fucking love the live action Jungle Book remake. The blend of our human character, of course Mowgli, alongside the animals in this is just looks flawless, and the animals themselves look fucking incredible. And the voice talent too many to name, but perfect choices for the 3 main characters. Bill Murray as Baloo, Idris Elba as Shere Khan, and Christopher Walken as King Louie. Just fantastic. Also, I feel the need to touch on the fact that Shere Khan is friggin' terrifying in this, even more so than in the original, and I absolutely love that they've given him a backstory in this. But yeah, undoubtedly one of my favourite animated movie villains for sure. Now let's get around to why it surprised me in particular. Well, I mean, for one, how often our remakes these days not only fantastic but also improve upon the original and add more to the world and lore. Barely ever. I mean, Jungle Book was always one of my childhood faves, and then to see it remade in this fashion was just, well, let's just say it was impossible. Well, let's just say it was impossible for me to hold back tears. Jon Favreau, I blame you, you devil you. So this next one I reviewed on my channel, and this had controversy even before its release. The next movie to surprise me was Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, this actually didn't turn out to be a piece of shit. It was actually perfectly fun and enjoyable, and didn't take a dump all over the character. Well, we all know that it tried to at first. And for them actually to listen to the outcry of fans and make an actual change to the disastrous initial design of Sonic, I applaud them for that. Fair play. You know what, the other thing was seeing Jim Carrey back being Jim Carrey, and the fact that he took on the role of Dr. Robotnik, I mean, that itself is just pretty hilarious. Now I wish they'd actually maybe gone a bit further and made Sonic look like the game version. That was actually one of the things that did bug me, because he looks so cool in the games. But in the film he still looks a bit too cute. But hey, a big improvement over this. Now for the last one is going to be the biggest surprise, which which is why I thought I'd end on this one. Now, a few people I know have heard me mention this. It is, of course, the Emoji Movie. Yes, you heard right, the Emoji Movie. Now, I don't love this or consider it great, but this movie was above and beyond overly hated for what it was. Well, I don't blame people, of course, for not wanting to go and see this. I mean, who wants to go and see the Emoji Movie? I had to actually go and see it with work, and I was dreading it, but alas, I didn't come out the other side feeling the same way as I did with Cats. After seeing Cats, I kind of felt like this. You know what? Even James Corden, who plays a friggin' wave emoji, was tolerable in this. Can you believe that? So it's apparent now that the only way I can tolerate him is when he's an animated hand. But yeah, some fun ideas do float around in the Emoji Movie. It's fun. It even has a bit of charm. So yeah, I mean, the Emoji Movie isn't a piece of shit. I certainly won't be buying it on Blu-ray, but it's not a piece of shit. But yeah, that's it for this first one. Hope you enjoyed. I've got a lot more to talk about. If you want to hear about those, please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you as always for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I'll be bringing you more of these soon. I've had a lot of fun making it. You've been watching Feature Creature. Ciao for now.